All right.
Speaker.
Emma, congratulations, your first match here in Eastbourne and a great performance. Just talk us through your thoughts on the match, please.
Yeah, I think it was tricky for me because I've never played here before, so I had to adapt to the court, to the visuals, to the bounces, to the surface, and it was difficult in the first set, especially playing Sloane, who, I don't know, she just seems more experienced, maybe played this tournament. I think she did play this tournament before, and it was tough to hit through the ball, I would say, also because the conditions or the balls get very slow, and I think they don't really bounce either. So I think it was just about adapting and figuring things out in the first set, but I'm pleased with how I did that, and did some really good stuff in the second too.
Okay, we'll start with Simon. Press the one button.
Hi Emma, it seemed like you talked to Nick a little bit in that sort of tight period, maybe half an hour in before you really put your foot down and moved away. Was he helpful, or did you kind of figure it out yourself?
I think it was more just like, okay, I needed to figure out how to hit through these conditions or how best to play in these conditions because, like for example, like I'd say like rushing when the balls get heavier is not the best play because you're just giving them time, and that's what was happening. I'd say in the first set, it was just she had so much time on the ball. I'd say, and then when I was moving the ball around in the second and the back end of the first, I think that I was just able to take control more. But obviously, Sloane is a really good athlete and good counterpuncher. So in the first set, I think I was just getting outplayed a little bit because my ball speed was probably too low.
Okay, thanks.
It looked like you wrote my own pace on the camera afterwards. What do you mean by that? What does that phrase kind of mean to you?
Yeah, I would say it's just I'm going to do things on my own time, at my own pace, and I'm in no rush to do anything. And everything I'm doing and playing for now is for myself. And I think it's just whether that's tournament scheduling, whether that's, how much time I take off to train compared to compete. I think I'm just way more focused on my own lane and less susceptible to outside opinions or views, and I'm just enjoying it, to be honest, just doing everything for myself and really just being independent out here.
Do you want to go to mine? Russell and then Jemani. Yeah.
Emma, the heavier balls, which are obviously not unique to this tournament, is that a concern for you from an injury perspective and the impact it can have on wrists, elbows, shoulders, arms, or is it more of a frustration because it doesn't really suit your game?
Yeah, I would say it's a big difference between when the balls have been played with for even 2 games, 3 games here compared to when they're brand new. So the ball change is always a tricky moment of a match. And I think it's not just me on the grass. A lot of the players pick up wrist, elbow, shoulder injuries or niggles because it's just slower and slower, I think, for the viewers to watch longer points. But I think especially here in Eastbourne, maybe because the courts are fresh and very new, it is slower than Nottingham, for example. So I think me coming here, I really needed to adjust because it dies on the courts and it gets very heavy, like even after 1 or 2 games compared to the other tournaments 3 or 4. So I think it is something that I just need to take care of and make sure I'm doing all my rehab. But I wouldn't trade it. For the grass court season, maybe they could just help us out with the ball a little bit.
Okay, Hermione, and then 2 rows back after. Yep.
On doing things at your own pace, was there ever a period when you felt that you weren't, doing things only for yourself and that you were susceptible to outside influences?
Yeah, I would say it's pretty natural. Becoming a different person overnight almost with the circumstances, not necessarily myself at such a young age. It's easy to get caught up in it, and I think at one point I was playing too many tournaments when I wasn't ready, and then I was just picking up niggle after niggle in every tournament because I never really gave myself any time to do the training and the work, and I think that is something that I've done a lot better this year. And even though I might get challenged or questioned for not playing certain tournaments like the French Open or the Olympics, I think that for me, that is just part of it, doing things at my own speed and doing things how I want to rather than how everyone else thinks is best for me, because ultimately me and the close few people around me just only know what is actually best for me in my game.
Okay, we'll do a few more up the back and then James.
Hi Emma, how much are you enjoying being in Eastbourne so far, and what are your viewpoints on it being downgraded next year?
Yeah, I think it's sad to be downgraded. I mean, I think that having the big 500 on home turf is such a great thing. I think that it's an amazing opportunity for the British players, myself, even like the younger players, to pick up some points, because the qualifying points, even at a 500 compared to like playing 25s, playing 50s, is massive. So it is a shame that it is getting downgraded, but from the tournament side of things, I don't think anything will change with, you know, the spectators. I think always it's going to have a great turnout. Me, I love being here. The weather especially is stunning, and when it's like this, the seaside is even nicer. Got like live music at night on the beach. It's just a nice, happy, relaxed place to be in, and it's different away from the bustle of London, which is also nice.
Emma, obviously the reason it's being downgraded is because, I don't really know how quietly I have to speak here, is because Queen's is getting a WTA event next year, which is in the bustle of London. Is it exciting, the opportunity to play at Queen's, or would you rather actually London doesn't need another tournament?
No, I would say I love London. Like it's where I grew up. Like of course it's one of probably my favorite place in the world, but it's nice to also escape it from time to time. I think everyone who lives in London would agree it's nice to get out of the city sometimes, and that's more what I mean by that. But for Queen's, I'm very excited because it's just, it's you feel like it's your home crowd. It's like how Katie probably feels in Nottingham. It's her home crowd, and I'm very excited just because the venue is so nice. You've seen I've been to the men's tournament when I was younger. So yeah, to have a women's tournament there, I'm really happy about. I'm just a little bit worried about the courts being slippery, but it's okay because I wouldn't trade it again.
Okay, we'll do two more. Chris Bowers up here and then down
Thanks.
the front.
Hi, do you get a sense as you play more matches that the periods when you really do trust the ball coming off the strings and landing where you want it to go are getting longer?
I would say the matches kind of help with like not necessarily confirmation, but it's just nice to see the reward, I would say, because I take a lot of confidence from practice, which is why I think this year especially I've rushed less, I've played less and chased less, and it's been working out for me, especially, you know, in this middle section of the year. And I think the most important thing for me is just playing when I'm ready, when I'm fresh, and when I want to, because there have been certain tournaments where I didn't necessarily want to play, and it's kind of showed in my game because I would say I'm pretty expressive. You can see when I'm, you know, very happy and excited, and you can see the opposite too. So I think that is just mainly picking my moments and smart scheduling for me.
Okay, last one here.
Emma, in terms of your performances on the surface, how does that rank in terms of your best performances?
Yeah, I would say the second set was really high level. I think I played really, really well and just, did everything pretty well. I'd say it went pretty quick, and it was very important to get that first set because the dynamics of how the match can play and how the opponent kind of reacts to you can shift. Because I think in the second set there are a few balls where in the first set Sloane might have got to that and played, you know, a really good shot. In the second set, not so much. But I'd say it was like just in terms of the whole picture, adapting, you know, playing on a brand new court for me, it was up there. I think my best performance on this surface was probably when I played the third round at Wimbledon. And then probably the second round at Wimbledon, and this was probably like third maybe. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks, Emma.
And just stay there.